Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Mirror World News.
March 14th, 5:15 America, New York. Ukraine Army wipes out Russian armored vehicles and command center. Drone footage appears to show rockets being fired at armored vehicles in the city of Mariupol, where Russian forces last destroyed a children's hospital in an airstrike.
New York Times World News.
March 14th, 5 o'clock America, New York. China sees at least one winner emerging from Ukraine war, China. The country's leaders think it can shield itself from economic and diplomatic fallout and eventually be seen as a pillar of stability. The Great Hall of the People in Beijing.
New York Times World News.
March 14th, 5 o'clock America, New York. Tree planting is booming. Here's how that could help, or harm, the planet. Reforestation can fight climate change, uplift communities and restore biodiversity. When done badly, though, it can speed extinctions and make nature less resilient. The California Conservation Corps planting trees in Modesto, Calif.
Washington Post World.
March 14th, 4:44 America, New York. Germany's Scholz to meet Turkey's Erdogan in Ankara. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz is visiting Turkey Monday in his first official trip to the country since he took office in December.
Mirror World News.
March 14th, 3:48 America, New York. Russia admits loss of first GRU military intelligence agent in Ukraine war. GRU spy captain Alexei Glushchak, from Tyumen in Siberia, died in Mariupol in the southeast of Ukraine and was buried in Russia with full military honors and a guard of honor.
WorldCBSNews.com.
March 14th, 3:43 America, New York. Woman in viral photo from maternity hospital attack and her baby die, AP. Images of the woman being rushed to an ambulance on a stretcher had circled the world, epitomizing the horror of Russia's attack.
Mirror World News.
March 14th, 3:25 America, New York. Mum and baby die after being pulled from rubble of Ukraine hospital bombing. It comes after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky accused Russia of carrying out genocide after Ukrainian officials said Russian aircraft bombed the children's hospital in Mariupol last Wednesday.
Time. March 14th, 3:16 America, New York. The world is doing nothing. A Myanmar artist's daring mission to tell the story of his father and their country's suffering. The state minister's residence in Tongji, northern Myanmar, never felt like home for Sai. He found the cavernous rooms and hallways oppressive. The colonial-era edifice gave him the creeps, long after his father Lin Htet, the chief minister of Shan State, was installed there in 2015, following Myanmar's democratic reforms. WorldCBSNews.com.
March 14th, 3:13 America, New York. Apartment building shelled in Kyiv as talks slated on more civilian corridors. Russia was turning up the heat on Ukraine's capital and its suburbs even as Ukrainian officials hoped the renewed talks would lead to more people being afforded safe passage out of the country.
Washington Post World.
March 14th, 2:07 America, New York. Pregnant woman, baby die after Russia bombed maternity ward. A pregnant woman and her baby have died after Russia bombed the maternity hospital where she was meant to give birth.
BBC News World.
March 13th, 23:38 America, New York. U.S. warns China against helping Russia in Ukraine. U.S. officials say Russia asked China for military support and help in evading sanctions.
Time. March 13th, 23:14 America, New York. China locks down the southern city of Shenzhen as COVID-19 cases jump. China placed the 17.5 million residents of the southern city of Shenzhen into lockdown for at least a week, seeking to halt a growing COVID-19 outbreak with a move that could cause disruption and production delays in the key technology hub and port.